This report contains details which some may find distressing. Gavan, this story came up at Leaders' Questions in the last half hour or so. Will you give us the background to it?
There are certainly very unsettling details that are contained in this internal report from the HSE, parts of which have entered the public domain today. They concern allegations made about a resident at a nursing home who goes by the pseudonym of Emily in this report. Allegations made in April 2020 when she alleged that around about 4 a.m. in the morning that she was raped and sexually assaulted by a member of staff at that nursing home. Now, this was not the first time that Emily had alleged any kind of assault. It was not the first time that she had presented with vaginal bleeding, but it would appear that in this instance her allegations were taken more seriously because of the fact that it was April 2020. There was COVID-19 restrictions in place at the time, and effectively Emily could not interface with very many other people at all in a nursing home environment because of the restrictions that there were in visitations at that time. This resulted in a very swift prosecution and the member of staff being jailed in June of that year for 11 years for sexual assault. But what it's highlighted are some of the shortcomings when it comes to safeguarding for older persons, and the fact that there are more robust safeguarding rules for children than there are for vulnerable adults, something raised in the Dáil Chamber by Mary MacDonald.
Adult safeguarding legislation is needed to put legal obligations on service providers to prevent such violence being committed and to hold organisations and individuals to account for failing to protect people who are at risk.
The policies and laws are in place, and more work is underway to update and improve those policies and strengthen those laws. But I don't think laws are enough. I think a lot of the things you mentioned, Deputy, will have to be done as well, particularly the training of staff to make sure that where there are symptoms, where there are signs, where there are complaints, that they're taken more seriously than they were in this case.
So universal agreement across the floor that something needs to be done to at least make the rules more robust or slightly more enforceable. The Taoiseach paying tribute to Emily, who passed away in 2021. He said, as was quoted in the report, that only because of her mental sharpness and her wherewithal to make a report about this, she may well have saved other people in the nursing home from being victims to the same grade of assault. But the report identifying that there were multiple other allegations of sexual assault made by residents in this nursing home, none of which appeared to have been taken with the gravity that they should have at the time, something which both the government and the HSE now needs to be urgently reviewed.